Hey everyone, welcome to Flashpoint. And just like Flashpoint, it's not going to last forever.
We're back in a flash. Here we are.
That's right.
We ran through the speed cannon.
Season 4 of The Flash. Check us out on Capes and Lunatics. Me and Tyler, the best parts of Flashpoint.
And my little speedster right here.
That's right. Kid Flash.
You know it.
All right, so tonight, well, and if you're listening this on the podcast, we're doing this as a live Google Hangout on YouTube for our new Capes and Lunatics podcast, and follow the social media, download the podcast when it comes out, subscribe on the YouTube, give us some, show us the love everywhere. We're needy.
Yeah, we are. We have to feel wanted and appreciated and accepted.
And I know, like, a couple of days ago, we were saying, oh, maybe we should, like, do this while we're watching the show live. No. I'll admit it. I pulled a Kevin Smith at the end of that episode, man. I started tearing up, man.
Man, I did a little bit, but at the same time, I kind of wish they had just held off, like, the actual complete motion and just kind of, and then, like, just had him going down and then it cut to black. And then the next episode would have picked up right there at the...
Yeah. Well, we have a whole nother episode, so I wonder if something, it's not going to be what it appears to be, because they really didn't give you much in that preview.
All right, here we go. Okay. It's a loop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So eventually he has to go back again to kill Iris to complete the loop again.
Well, the time remnant, he creates the time remnant.
Right. So, I mean,
here's my question. I know you have to defeat Savitar, but how about not creating a time remnant? Wouldn't that solve this whole mess?
Yeah. Or, let's see. Obviously, something had changed in the timeline, okay? Because Savitar already know that Iris was on Earth 2. So, when Barry shows up, all right, first of all, hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Savitar pulls a tricky move, shows up in the red suit, and says, "Where's Iris?"
And shows his good side.
And HR is like, "On Earth 2," and then he goes, "Thanks." Okay.
And even if that wasn't Savitar, that was a stupid move anyway, because they already said whatever Barry remembers, Savitar is going to know.
Exactly.
So even if HR had told the real Barry, Savitar would have just got those memories.
Exactly. So the thing was, they changed something because Savitar didn't know, and they had the canon this time.
Well, I don't know if the whole introduction of Captain Cold changed everything, because I mean, Savitar didn't seem to get those memories until Barry was already going to get Snart.
Exactly. So something was going on there. But here, I told Janine, I was like, what if he had, when you know how it was like Barry's goodness and being a hero and all that was what's going to save him? Because my thought was, what if when Barry showed up to fight Savitar, he ran away and went and stopped Caitlin? And and Savitar couldn't kill her because Barry's not there.
They have to explain so much, because I'm like, remember, he's seen this already because he time traveled. So shouldn't there be another Barry there? Why couldn't they double team Savitar?
Yeah, that was already like a timer there. But I'm like,
speaking
what
of
if he just ran away? He just ran away and went and helped Cisco battle Caitlin, save Caitlin. That would change things, because Savitar wouldn't kill Iris if Barry didn't witness it, because then Barry would have never created Savitar.
Yeah, but I mean, still.
Unless I give away next week's.
I mean, there's probably some logic behind your plan, but as a married man, I mean, would you trust anyone else to save your wife's life?
I don't trust myself. No, because I wouldn't have let Cisco go. I would have went and grabbed her and brought her there.
I'm like, maybe. I know, like, maybe Caitlin's going to do something horrible, but she's still going to be alive tomorrow.
Yeah. And I'm like, because what if, like, picture this: Savitar's hand pulls back to stab Iris, and he opens a breach between Iris and Savitar's hand. So when he goes to push her, his hand's in a breach.
I mean, wouldn't your first thought be okay? Because I don't know. Did it seem like Caitlyn made him vibe on purpose so he would come after her? I'm like, this is probably part of Savitar's plan because he doesn't want Cisco there.
What if Wally created a time remnant? It'd be different.
If Wally has the knowledge and skill, I mean, I don't know. Maybe due to the pain, he can't do that.
But I mean, like before him, now he's got a broken knee, shattered knee.
That's true. When Savitar showed up, there should have been like 50 Wallys standing there.
And like,
although I guess maybe they're afraid of creating time remnants now because Wally creates a time remnant that becomes the next Savitar.
I don't know. I'm like, I would have been like, I don't know. I'm just quick to do this, but I'd be like, hey, I need help. Pfft. Kara. Pfft. Boom. Firestorm.
Well,
boom. Martian Manhunter.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I'd be hopping Earth.
Yeah. Well, like we saw yesterday, Supergirl has her own troubles right now, but I mean, yeah, that's what I said when he went on Captain Cold. I'm like, why didn't you bring in the whole Legends of Tomorrow team? Why didn't you? Lila knows what's going on. Why don't you have her send as much help from Argus as you can get?
I mean, even like the Atom, like it could have been in like her pocket, in Iris's pocket. And then as they went to stab her, could have shrunk her,
or shrunk Savitar.
Yeah, it works too, I guess.
Something, yeah, one of them, or Firestorm. Why couldn't Firestorm couldn't he transmute the whole armor into an actual trap?
Oh my gosh, yes. See, Jania called it when we were sitting there and the armor busted into Earth too. She's like, it's just the armor.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. I was sitting there going, he's on in there. He's on in there.
I'm like, he's going to sneak up behind him and get her because it's just the armor.
Mm-hmm. And he was running around without that armor. I'm like, wait, all of a sudden he doesn't need that armor? I thought his speed was like hurting him now without the armor.
See, that's my thing that got me mad is, like we talked about last time. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought the whole point of him having to do everything in the armor was because he's in the past, so that's going to negate Black Flash / the Speed Force Wraith.
I don't know. I thought they explained that the armor kind of like, I don't know, like his speed was actually hurting him now, and that's why he needed the armor.
So I don't know. Like I told you, like I would have liked to have seen some flashbacks of him time traveling backwards and like building the mythos and the legacy of Savitar the God.
Yeah, they kind of said he did, but yeah, they didn't show it.
I want to see that junk. Come on. I don't need to see more about HR talking about coffee drinking. Let's see some primitive people like worshiping Savitar.
But what I'm hoping is, watch their cliffhanger next week is probably going to be, they'll defeat Savitar and everyone's going to think Iris is dead. They're going to have a whole funeral and then maybe she's like, well, if they go comics, she might be stuck in the future or, maybe she's alive, but everyone thinks she's dead.
It would have been more BA if Iris was Savitar.
It'd be more Barry Allen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That
would have been a sweeter twist.
Mm-hmm.
She just got so tired of all these speedsters and crap and became the most powerful of them all.
But that beginning of the episode, I saw the minute she sent him out and she's like, Barry, you need to hear this. I'm like, oh no, she's recording the farewell message.
Oh yeah. So Barry can have it and cry over it. And
I mean, I know she said she wanted caviar, but I'd be like, honey, I'm sorry, but I'm not leaving your side for 24 hours, unless it's to hide you somewhere where I don't know, so Savitar can't find you. But other than that, I ain't leaving.
I'll get you caviar, and I take her with me.
There you go.
I wouldn't let her be by herself. I'm like, no. 24 hours? Psh. I don't know. I'm curious because that preview for next time, like there was nothing, like you said, in it.
But has the timeline changed? Because the one time he went and looked, wasn't HR up on the roof with the gun? Said it was Joe tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I didn't even know if it was HR. I was thinking it was going to be Harry.
Oh yeah, true. We did get the return of Harry tonight.
And it should have changed because I said he had the speed cannon this time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like Ghostbustering Savitar.
Here's an idea. Instead of going to Harry for help, why didn't they go to the one person who's actually had some success against Avatar, Jesse?
Yeah, that's what Jania said. She's like, well, why didn't he bring Jesse back with him?
I
And
mean,
where was Julian?
Yeah.
Where was Julian in this episode?
I completely didn't. I forgot about that.
Maybe who's actually doing CSI work, that thing that him and Barry are supposed to do.
Well, last episode, Caitlin said she didn't love him, so. But yeah, where's he at? Yeah, that's right.
I'm waiting for him to pop up and do something and like destroy the Philosopher's Stone and be like, I hate that stone. It's always getting me down.
Is he still alchemy, maybe? Has he been undercover that whole time?
I don't know.
Maybe the whole plan was to turn Caitlin evil?
I don't know. I just think there's something that we're missing. I mean,
and then I know they threw the Philosopher's Stone into the Speed Force, but then all of a sudden he's just like, here it is. Aww.
Well, that's the piece of it, isn't it? Or what happened to that piece that he used that helped him get out?
Well, no, I think, remember, he had most of it was in the Speed Force, but yeah, Caitlin kept it, but then didn't Savitar get the last piece of it because they were like, oh, I thought Savitar got it. Yeah.
I'll have to rewatch
I believe it's fully functional now, yeah.
That's it, Jania. We have to rewatch the entire Flash season before the finale next week.
Mm-hmm.
She said interesting.
Oh, man, wait till Danielle gets him. She's not going to like that ending.
That's when you stop it right before.
She's going to go, why?
She's like, this is stupid, Phil.
Yeah.
I hate
I'll be like next week, one last episode. You're like, why? That's stupid.
I'm like, why didn't Barry, he knew where he was going to be standing. Why wasn't he already standing where Savitar was? So when Savitar showed up, he was right there next to him.
Yeah, but he did get the zoom around. They almost trapped him if he didn't have that stupid Philosopher's Stone.
And, I know it wouldn't have helped much, but at least Iris could have ran while Savitar was getting shot with the speed cannon.
Yeah, unless he was afraid of getting hit by it.
Well, I mean, I figure if Barry had him with the speed cannon, somebody should have ran up and took Barry's spot. Barry should have ran and grabbed Iris.
Or Joe should have took the shot.
Yeah, or Joe should have took the shot.
Unless that would mess up the cannon. Oh, but here's another thing. How many times are we going to pull Leonard Snart out of the timeline before time itself collapses?
Never, because it just doesn't work.
What
if as soon as they return,
he pulled him out of time from a time travel mission?
So that had been what, Snart in season 1 of Legends?
That had to have been season 1, yeah, because he died at the end of season 1, yeah.
And Snart we saw in season 2 was before they went on the Legends travel.
Yeah, that was before he went with them, yeah.
He just gets around. Talk about a man who's supposed to be dead, still doing a lot of stuff. Man, my ear itches.
You know what he could have done? I mean, so that was Leonard Snart from at least, a year ago? That had to have been a year ago, if not more. Say, hey, Snart, because he didn't get a mind wipe or anything. Say, hey, Snart, send me a message when you get back. Send it to 2016. Send it to the fall of 2016 or before, if you can do it earlier, do it earlier. Send me a message. Do not throw the Philosopher's Stone in the Speed Force.
Dude, what if that's something that's like a key? Like Snart does something with... Or that would have been neat. So let's talk about one thing where we have just completely just...
We're all over the place.
So Lila was back in this episode.
Yeah.
And Snart and Barry broke into Argus.
And met her guard shark.
Okay, did you see Cheetah?
I missed it, maybe because I was live tweeting, but I'm gonna, like I said, I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it again when Danielle gets home. So
Jania missed it because she was feeding Sayla, but it says Grodd, Cheetah, then Cupid in the cells.
Yeah, I did see Grodd, and then I heard them talking about the Suicide Squad. So
yeah, just wait till you see. It's a sweet little just cameo.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it. Definitely.
So that would be cool to see. But we get King Shark back and some Jaws references. And Leonard Snart cracks the uncrackable safe in 27 seconds.
I know. The $10 million. What was it? $10 million safe.
Yep. And my favorite line is Mission Improbable. Good old HR.
Peanut butter and bacon. Kevin Bacon. Oh man, I should have. Oh man, I think I have some drumsticks in around here. I should have had them.
Oh man, Janine, where's my drumsticks? Just sitting here so I can just pretend to fake drum and then have a nervous breakdown and tell Phil how I don't do anything but fake inspire people and some moderate drumming.
What up, BA? What up, San Francisco?
Just be like, ta, 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 ta.
I'm sorry, Barry. I'm a dummy.
I know. They're like, no, you're not. You're HR. I don't know. I feel bad for HR, but hey, she knew HR's from another Earth. Tracy did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I love the HR was the only one caring about the secret identity. He's like, oh, civilian. Oh.
I know. He's like, superhero here. And he's like, oh, we can trust her.
I was waiting for him to put their hands on her, waiting for her to go, yeah, I figured it out. But no, she's actually like, oh, I should have figured that out.
It's like,
yeah, dummy. 3 guys come to see you at the college the first time, and let's see, you've seen the other 2. I wonder who the Flash could be.
Barry's never around here when the Flash is around.
Everyone else is, but even Barry's wife, is his fiance, but not Barry.
Oh well, it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I liked the episode. It wasn't as, like I had said, I felt like it could have been a filler, almost throwaway episode just to kind of fill time before the big one. Because I didn't even think they would go to like Savitar showing up and everything.
Well, just like last season, man, they lead with a big death going into the season finale. Because remember, it was the episode before the finale last year where they killed Henry Allen. Zoom killed Henry Allen.
Henry, poor Henry.
Mm-hmm. And when are they gonna like even mention Jay Garrick again?
Poor Jay Garrick.
They just forgot about. I mean, I know that they've been trying to save Virus, but there hasn't even been any mention of, hey, one day we got to get Jay out of this Speed Force. Nothing.
What if it's a pull a rebirth and the real Wally West shows up and just like pops out of the Speed Force and saves Barry. And he says, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm the real Wally West."
And Joe's like, "Damn, I really can't remember what happened on that jazz cruise."
Or what if all of a sudden, they get back to that night and Bart Allen shows up and saves Barry and Iris because he has to protect his future.
Or what if Iris comes back from the future with Bart, because that's what originally happened. She brought Bart back from like the 30th century so Wally could train him.
I love how Bart's like existence varies by comic book writer. Sometimes he's like the ancestor. Sometimes he's the grandson of Barry.
Yeah. Hey, I'll go with the original with Mark Waid. Yeah, he made him Barry's grandson.
I like that concept.
Barry and Iris's grandson.
Exactly. I'll always go with Mark Waid. We're plugging away here, Mark.
I talked to him once, but that's what we need to do.
Too.
Capes and Lunatics. Maybe we need to. I only had limited time with him. I only had like a half hour with him to talk DC and Marvel, so we might have to get him back if he's free.
We could just like sit down. I'm like, Mark, we're gonna have to just schedule a couple hours. We're gonna talk Flash, Daredevil. We'll just throw this in with the new Archie comics. Let's just talk it all.
Oh, that's right. You talked to Mr. Wade also.
We talked Superman Rebirth on Krypton Report.
You saw him in person. I had to talk to him over Skype.
Yep. Yes, I did. I would love it. We need to talk to him and review.
Yeah, we need a lot of time. Yeah, because like you said, Flash, Daredevil, what you're saying, Archie. He's writing Avengers right now.
Yep. We'll just have
Captain America. He did a great Captain America run.
Everything the man does is great. I'd like to know what his thoughts on the whole Savitar reveal thing is.
We'll have to ask him because I talked to him. I think, but I did talk to him before the reveal. But I know he likes the show. He watches the show.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I floated the Savitar theory because he was like, I hadn't heard that. He's like, or no, not Savitar. If HR's Abracadabra, and he was like, I hadn't heard that. He goes, that sounds pretty cool. He's like, I'd love that because I don't know if you remember the interview. He said like because I even asked him. I said, is Abracadabra your favorite? Because I think he appeared more than any other villain in your Wally West run. And he's like, oh yeah.
See, I want to. To me, this Wally West is more like the New 52 other version of Wally West. I want my wisecracking, smart mouth, playful Wally West. You know, like I told you, like I love my good old Wally West from Justice League and from Young Justice. And if you're a fan out there of Wally and you've watched Young Justice season 2 and you still cry at the end, I'm with you.
It's coming back though.
I know. I hope they do what I think. I think he just became one with the Speed Force.
Yeah, I mean, in the comics, he was went into the Speed Force a couple times. So,
because I'm just mad that Jay Garrett didn't show up to run and be the slow one and die. He was old. Wally was young.
But man, I can't believe I didn't realize until you said it. Yeah, Julian was nowhere to be found tonight. What up with that? And no one even mentioned it, did they? I don't think anyone even dropped one line about it.
I didn't even think about it while we were watching the episode. It wasn't until afterwards we're sitting here talking that I was like, wait a minute, Julian wasn't even around this episode.
Huh.
Could that mean something?
Oh, man. What if he's like Kadabra or something? Or like I said, maybe he wasn't alchemy against his will or something.
Maybe Dr. Manhattan will show up and stop Savitar.
Because they were still talking this, unless Savitar is controlling him. Because they were talking to Savitar through Julian while he was in the Speed Force. But I thought maybe the whole, since they did do the, the appearance changing tech HR had, when Barry and Snark broke in the Argus and Barry looked like Lila. I thought I thought they were going to fake us out at the end. I thought maybe someone disguised themselves as Iris to take the hit.
That would be awesome. That was Julian.
Like Trey or like Tracy or somebody. Yeah.
They went and got Linda Park. No,
because yeah, I know. But we saw Joe on the rooftops. I was about to say, I wonder if Joe was going to take the hit for his daughter, but couldn't be Joe.
That is sweet. They should have done that.
Well,
because like when Barry said, make your plan. Don't tell me, so I don't know.
Because I was gonna say, I think everyone was around after once Savitar grabbed Iris, but did we see Tracy after?
Yeah, she's in the van.
Okay, we didn't see Julian. Because I was gonna say Joe did tell Barry he took her, but
See, if Barry was smart,
but if you tell Barry, hey, that's Iris, even if it's not, then Savitar believes that's Iris.
That's why you wouldn't tell Barry nothing. You would have Wally make a time remnant. The time remnant would disguise as Iris. So Savitar would then kill the time remnant of Wally. Because Wally would die for his sister.
And I don't know, that whole thing with going back a couple weeks, that whole thing with Abracadabra and Vixen, I don't know, it just seemed to wrap itself up too neatly. I don't know if it was just wishful thinking, but I thought there was something more there.
Time travel, man. Makes the
and
head hurt.
And like I said, I keep wishing that hopefully there's something more to HR than just what we see.
Oh my God, you're hoping he's more than meets the eye. HR Wells.
He's
actually a really awesome drummer. That's the big reveal.
Kavanaugh's pulling double duty tonight.
What they need to do is I'm with you. I wanted to go back and see or meet the real Harrison Wells before Thawne Wells. Like,
I don't
smart.
know. I don't know if there's any hope, especially after Flashpoint. I don't know if there's any hope of that.
Oh, now, yeah. Now I don't feel like time travel is going to get to play as much of a effect on things since now he's not allowed. To quote him in Super Friends, I can't do that anymore. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that anymore. Oh, you're my super friend. So, but man, poor King Shark lost a hand, then grew it back.
I know, man. I didn't know his healing factor was that quick, man. That's like Deadpool level.
That's faster than Deadpool level. Because Deadpool had a tiny hand for a while.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah.
He was like, I'm Shark. That's like Lizard. Like, sharks can't regenerate.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not like lizards, are they?
Okay. I guess Argus has meta dampening technology like everywhere in their facility.
Well, you kind of have to.
Barry fought pretty well disguised as Lila for not having his powers.
I know. Lila Michaels. She still ain't taking that deal name. Shame on her.
I know. It happens. But I don't know. Like we were talking about, Barry should, like I would have some crazy plans. I'd be like, look, you get me the Hawks, you get me the Atom, you get me Firestorm, I'm getting Supergirl, Martian Manhunter. Even Oliver can be a distraction. Okay.
Maybe it's because I read those novels, but you know what would probably even make this stuff simpler if the last two episodes of each season, Barry just went and took care of Prometheus, and Oliver took care of Savitar. Because guess what? Savitar ain't going to see anything coming if it's Oliver. He can't.
Exactly.
He's not his memories. Not his memories. And Barry, how's Prometheus going to deal with Barry? He's superhumanly fast.
Exactly. Like let's
and he hasn't been studying Barry.
Let's trade off and fight each other's villains. Good call, buddy. Good call. But I'm telling you, I think there's something that could have been there with the idea if Barry didn't show up. Like Savitar, like his memories would start to change because Barry never showed up to see Iris die. And he can't kill her without Barry being there.
But he has all Barry's memories, so wherever Barry goes, Savitar knows that's where he is. So I think Savitar would have shown up no matter where Barry was at, and he probably would have been angrier.
Yeah, but they could have. I don't know. They could have done something with it.
Oh my god! I saw the worst thing on Twitter. Someone put, "Can somebody give Felicity an Iris mask and just let Savitar kill Felicity?"
There you go. There it is. That's who got the HR tech. It was Miss Smoke.
I'm not down on Felicity as much as the rest of you, but
she has her moments.
I still believe next season we're going to see Oliver and Felicity and Barry and Iris double date, or all Team Arrow is going to be at the wedding. I'm telling you.
That's the episode we need. We need the wedding episode.
There's so many things. There's so many ways they could save Iris. I mean, in Barry's original series, Reverse Flash killed her, but then basically her essence went to the future where she was originally from, and her parents saved her, and eventually Barry found out, and he lived with her in the future for like a month before Crisis on Infinite Earths. Or the Wally West one, right when he was going to marry Linda the first time, Abracadabra took her prisoner and wiped everyone's memories of her. I'm telling you, Iris is going to be alive, but everyone's going to think she's dead. Mark my words.
Thinking, that'll be a jaw-dropping way to end it.
I'm telling you, well, they always go with a cliffhanger, so that's what I keep saying. It's either going to be Iris or Barry, who everyone's going to think is dead, but they're really alive.
It needs to be a cliffhanger that we can almost believe.
Because watch, they'll go the whole episode next week, and everyone will think Iris is dead, and maybe after they beat Savitar, they'll have like the Iris's funeral, and Barry and Joe are gonna be crying on each other and stuff, and then like the last like I don't know 30 seconds, 20 seconds, they'll show Iris like in prison somewhere going let me out or something, and then boom, cut to black.
Mark Phil's words. Mark his words.
Because seriously, I mean, you would think if she's really dead, wouldn't they have saved the death for next episode?
Yeah, because then it's like, what happens next episode?
Yeah, because like I said,
then it's just Barry wakes to go to the future to fight Savitar.
Rewatch it. Watch that preview again. They don't give you a lot in that preview. They show Barry standing around looking all sad. They show Joe looking all sad. I forget what else but they really didn't give you a lot, like they as much as they usually do, even in that preview. So there's got to be a lot of crap going down next week.
I agree. Yeah, I can't think of
Team Flash.
Yeah. You didn't get down on one knee and invite me to join Team Flash with you.
Oh my god. Oh, I
drink lots of coffee.
Oh, you know what I read on the live tweet then? I put, oh, it's so cute when couples share the same brain damage.
They're cute together. Right, Jania? She agrees with me. Right, Solomon? He agrees with me, too. He's mad Iris is dead.
She's not dead, Dad.
He's a Flash, Dad. He'll save her.
It's not bedtime, and she's not dead.
Yeah. He's like, no, night. Solomon, ready for night? Usually he yells it back at me. No, he just shook his head.
He's like, I know the world's listening.
Yeah, he's like, shh, I'm not here, Daddy. You can't tell on me. I think we covered about it. I got some. I gotta go get my butt beat by my wife and some Injustice too. So
nice. Oh wait. Do we have 2 viewers? Hi viewers. Yeah. Holy crap! We got 2 viewers.
Sweet.
And everyone on the podcast is like, "What are they talking about?" Remember doing this live on YouTube for in Google Hangouts. So. Yeah, you can go to the Capes and Lunatics YouTube, and you'll get this before the podcast, and you can actually see our ugly faces.
It's scary.
Well, it's just the 2 of us. It's just the 2 of us. It's not as scary this week. We waited till it was the 2 of us to do video.
Just the 2 of us.
Hi, Zach.
We can make it if we try.
Welcome to Miami. Oh wait, no.
Welcome to Miami. Yeah, let's plug the Will Smith, who's Deadshot, so it's still DC related.
Will Smith, we'll talk to you too, please. Come on in.
Yeah. What was it like,
Will Smith?
What was it like to wear the wrist guns?
Before Uncle Phil took him away.
Oh, Uncle Phil. I think that's about it. I think we got it all.
Yeah, I know. Oh my Lord, I can't believe it. Well, I believe it, but I wasn't sure if we were gonna get the death already. But the supposed death. She's not dead.
Oh,
I'm either wrong or I'm gonna be proven very right. She's not dead. I just think
it was actually dead. Patty Spivot. That's who died.
Oh no, Patty Spivot's sitting there going, "Yes, I'm coming back."
I miss Patty. My thing is, I felt more chemistry for Patty than I do between Barry and Iris. I feel like since they've gotten together, it's just not, the chemistry is not there as much.
Well, I don't think the threat of her death looming over them. I mean, I liked Patty's character a lot, but I mean, I'm Team Barry and Iris right here, man.
Right now,
if a man wants to marry his sister, who are we to stop him?
On that note, Yeah, we should wrap this up.
All right. There's a riot going on in Tyler's house, so we're going to wrap this up.
There is.
All right, everyone. Like we said, remember, we only got one more episode of Flashpoint, and then you can catch us talking Flash and everything else on our new home, the Capes and Lunatics podcast. And you may say, when is this starting? What is going on? You can get all your pertinent information by following us on social media. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/capesandlunatics. Twitter is @capeslunatics. Instagram, Capes and Lunatics. Even on Pinterest, Capes and Lunatics podcast. And if you have any further questions, you can email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com and call the voicemail. Hey, after you watch next week's episode, call us, leave us a voicemail. We'll play it. Just keep it clean. Keep the language clean, kids. 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. See, I have it right there. And Tyler, where can people talk to you about all this temporal nonsense?
This temporal nonsense can be found for me at JTYPatrick on Yahoo or on Twitter, and you can email me at jtypatrick@gmail.com and see me on Krypton Report. Well, not see me. We still like to do the talking, because sometimes it's more fun to just cast in our PJs. Plus, we live in the same house, so it'd be kind of weird just to have us both staring at the camera like this. Not even talking to anybody, just staring at the camera. Talking to the person next to me.
Oh, they cast in bed while holding each other. Aw.
Exactly. That's why we do the audio. That's why we just do audio.
Oh my. And as for me, if you want to contact me personally, especially if you're a comic book creator, actor, anyone involved in the production of any of these shows, you can email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I'm at nightwingpdp, and in the Speed Force. I don't know. All right. Like I said, one more episode of Flash for this season, one more episode of Flashpoint before Capes and Lunatics takes over. All right. Join us next week. She's alive. I tell you, alive, damn it. I don't know. Where's Julian?
That's the real mystery.
And hopefully you enjoyed this. Rate, review, and subscribe when Capes and Lunatics comes out. Subscribe to the Capes and Lunatics YouTube. But until then, we will be back in a flash.